Hey, my friends, welcome back. You have made it to secret number 14 of our 19 homeschooling secrets to help you blend your child's education with your occupation during isolation. And today is probably my favorite topic of all. And I'm not even making this up. I even say this in the book. If you have read ahead and you know where we're holding, today is all about sleep. Why is it my favorite secret? Because it's probably my biggest secret weapon, not just with homeschooling, but with success in life in general. Because here's one thing that I found, I'm just going to jump right into it right now. Your ability to successfully execute your day is directly correlated to your ability to get to bed on time at night. Now, this is the case for the world's most high achievers, top performers, world changers. Every highly functioning executive will tell you this is true. Now, I'm talking about if you're wanting to create success on the whole, not just can you be a workaholic and work around the clock and get the job done and your family survives without you as a part of the picture. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about thriving across the whole big picture. Remember what we talked about a few lessons back is that we're all about holistic wellness and thriving wholly. Not because we want to be tree-hugging, homeschooling hippies, but because we want to succeed across all of our lanes of life. We want to thrive. We want our family to thrive, not just academically or financially, but emotionally, physically, socially, psychologically. We want across the board to thrive in every area of life. And how do we do that? We do that by being the chief architect, designer, and builder of our life. How do you build your dream life? You schedule it. And you know the old saying, the devil is in the details. Well, I'm not sure about that phrase, but I know for sure the victory is in the details. And sleep is such a small detail that is so easy to overlook. So what happens when we don't go to bed on time? We're exhausted, drained, cranky the next day. We are like constantly chasing our tail. We're behind the 8 ball trying to get caught up in everything. And it becomes a vicious cycle from one night to the next, to the next, to the next. We know it is true. And we can solve other people's problems all day long. We can look at other people's situation and explain what they need to fix. But a lot of times for us, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're the creative type where you like to be able to just kind of, go with the flow and make your own decisions, it becomes very annoying and it feels very suffocating to try to follow a schedule because you feel like you're being forced into doing something. So I want to share with you a secret that I learned many, many years ago that has made such a difference for me. You ready? This is a secret within a secret, okay? So here it is. At night, when I'm putting my plan together for the following day, then I am the boss. And when I wake up the next morning, I'm the employee and I have no choice but to follow the plan. I can't argue with the boss. If I do my best to follow the plan all day and it just doesn't work, or if I feel miserable about it, guess what? I become the boss again at the end of the night and I can do something differently for the following day. But far too often we slip into this pattern of self-sabotage where at night when we're putting our plan together, we really feel good about it. We know it's what we need to do. But then the next morning, our self-sabotage and our negative self-talk and all this old programming conditioning creeps in and we make all these excuses for why we don't execute the brilliant plan that we put together the night before. Sleep is one of those same exact things. Do you know how hard it is for a creative type, for an entrepreneur, for a high-powered executive to stop while they're in the middle of doing something and switch gears? To say, oh, I'm done for the night, the alarm has gone off, it's time for bed, or it's time for my decompress time, or it's time for my family time, or it's time for dinner, or it's time for exercise, or anything else other than work, go, gotta get the job done. It's very, very challenging. But I promise you, whatever your natural inclination is there, you will see so much more fruit to your labor if you will stick with that plan that you have put together. Okay, so what does this have to do with sleep? Well, it has everything to do with sleep. Why? Because the way you do anything in life is the way you do everything in life, like we have mentioned many, many times now throughout the course of this book. But there are such things as your circadian rhythm, that your mental, your emotional, your ability to focus on acute details. There are books and books that are written on the power of not just a good night's sleep, but how to sleep smarter, how to sleep efficiently, how to sleep effectively, how to sleep like a champion. And if you want to know any of those books, I'm more than happy to make recommendations for you. So you're welcome to reach out to me, and I will certainly pass along those suggested reading lists to you. But if I were to boil it down to a few things, I would say this. Number one, go to sleep at the same time every night. Maybe it's 10 to 5 or 10 to 6 or whatever your sleeping hours are. I'm not telling you how many hours of sleep you need. That's a whole different discussion. But however many hours you decide that you need, make it consistent the same every night. Next thing I would recommend is make sure that there's a little bit of buffer between when your kids go to sleep and when you go to sleep, because you will so benefit from that quiet time, that downtime, that you can use that time to reorganize yourself, to strategize, to make your plan. You know, I give you a lot of tips all the way throughout the book of how to review and reposition, analyze, assess, and make adjustments. Analyze and adjust. So you're always looking at what went well, what didn't go well, what do I need to tweak. So much of that time is beautifully done at the end of the night, right before you go to bed, which I love that time to do that. Or in the morning when you wake up before you start running and moving and shaking for the day. Either one of them will work, but having that downtime, that quiet time where you can just go inward and you can think and meditate and really review about, how do I feel about the day? How did it go with my kids? How was the family energy? Did they feel good about themselves or yucky about themselves today? How was the family dynamic? Were there explosions? Why? All of those things happen in that quiet time. Now, if you've got older kids and you can't force them to bed, before you, that's fine. But just get them organized and settled and situated in their rooms so that they are taking care of themselves. And then you can retreat, you can pull away and have that downtime. And if you've got younger kids and you haven't yet really chosen to tackle the art of good, consistent sleep schedules, this is not me judging you, and this is not me getting your space and telling you how to run your life. But if you're looking for clarity, if you're looking for order, if you're looking for peace, if you're looking for structure and a sense of harmony, I can tell you that having consistent sleep schedules goes a very, very long way to all of that. And most people are shocked today when they look up the reports of how much sleep children need to thrive. So I invite you to look it up. Look up your kids' ages, how much sleep do they need to thrive on a regular basis, and see if perhaps there are some adjustments that you as a family want to make. And if you'd like some tips on where to look for, how to start researching and making those adjustments, again, I'm happy to share with you my 2 cents on what has worked for our family and for our friends and extended family along the way. You've got this. Remember, you are Mama Bear. So it is your privilege and responsibility to take control of the outcome for your family. And I know that you are only reading this book and watching these videos because you want your family to thrive. You've got this. You can do it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.